What it do, what it do? This your boy Gangsta Cap. You already know what time it is. I got the lowdown for the low now. And this is where it go down. I need everybody to like, share, subscribe to the page. Because you already know this is the #1 spot on YouTube for on-air celebrity gossip. What time is it, man? 5:47 in the morning. You already know what it is, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. Ain't no reason why we don't make the news. We just break the news down, man. We don't make the news. We just break this shit down. I gotta cover a few things this morning. Y'all know how we do, man. Y'all know how we do, man. Can't give them the truth all the time. Hold up, y'all. What it do? What it do? You already know. You already know. Let's break this shit down real quick, man. Your boy Bobbie Miles, man. Your boy Bobbie Miles, y'all. How many of y'all know about Friday Night Lights? See, as a kid, I woke up. I grew up watching Friday Night Lights, so that was my shit.
The movie?
Yep.
I did. I grew up watching the movie. I loved it.
I grew up watching this shit. So I was surprised. I was surprised to find out your boy Bobbie Miles is arrested again, y'all. For people that don't know, your boy Bobbie Miles from Friday Night Lights just got arrested for another 13 years. Who would have knew that he was locked up for rape? Your boy Bobbie Miles in the movie Friday Night Lights got charged with a rape charge in 1999 and was sentenced to 22 to 35 years in prison. 22 to 35 years in prison, y'all. Just to get out in 2002 and violate his terms of his parole. Now, who would have knew that the infamous Bobbie Miles would catch a rape charge? You understand what I'm saying? So when I tell people that a lot of these niggas don't know who the fuck these people are, this is a perfect example. You understand what I'm saying? This is a perfect example of when I say people don't even know niggas. They glorify this nigga still to this day. Still shows his movie. Still talk about him.
Okay, so this is talk about characterization. Okay?
Yeah, let's go.
So now him being arrested, this did happen a while ago, right? I'm looking at the story here. But it says James Earl Bobbie Miles Jr., who's 53, from Friday Night Lights fame, Friday Night Lights fame, has been sentenced to 13 years in prison after an Ector County jury found him guilty of failure to comply with sex offender registration requirements.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So then it says, according to previous reports that were in 2022, Miles was sentenced to 5 years in prison after pleading guilty to aggravated sexual assault in connection with a 1999 assault. One of the terms of his plea agreement was that Miles had to register as a sex offender after his release from prison. So authorities said he failed to do so upon his release, which was in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So it says he was awaiting trial on 2 family violence charges. So according to an Odessa Police Department, a report that came, this was March of 2023, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is when they go to his home. Officers were dispatched to a home on Dobbs. So by this time, he's already out.
He got out in 2022.
Right, so he's out. And in 23, officers were dispatched to his home on Dobbs to investigate a disturbance after a woman called 911 and said her ex-husband was choking her. Dispatch operators asked officers to hurry to the scene because the victim's emergency call was disconnected and there was no answer for multiple callback attempts. So at the scene, officers found a car parked in the roadway.
Wait, slow down. Read it again.
Oh, take it from the top.
Take it from the top. It's a lot. It's a lot going on.
Yeah, I didn't expect this.
It's a lot going on, y'all. Share the lie.
This is coming out a lot differently than the Friday Night Lights that we thought. So it says, according to an Odessa Police Department report, this was in March of 2023. It says officers were dispatched to a home on Dobbs to investigate a disturbance after a woman called 911 and said her ex-husband was choking her.
So I got to get this. So you know what we got to do, Cap Gang? We got to get the body camera footage from Bobbie Miles being arrested, and we got to get the paperwork. We're going to get the paperwork today. Go ahead, keep going.
Right. So it says dispatch operators asked the officers to hurry to the scene because the victim's emergency call was disconnected and there was no answer on multiple callback attempts. So at the scene, officers found a car parked in the roadway in front of the home. Investigators said that the car was sticking out in the middle of the street and running. Inside, a woman later identified as Miles' ex was found slumped in the driver's seat, her head resting in the passenger seat. Investigators said they could not tell if the woman was alive or multiple knocks on the window went unheard. So they didn't know at this time. They just see her slumped over in the car.
So she was slumped over in the car.
Right. It says that she was sitting. She's okay. So she's sitting in the car. And they found out that it's his ex-wife. It just says Miles' ex. And she slumped over into the driver's seat and her head is resting in the passenger's seat. So she's in the driver's seat and she's leaned over to the right with her head.
Was she beat up?
They don't know at the time. They couldn't get her to wake up. They're knocking on the window. She's unresponsive. So before medics arrived, officers said the woman regained consciousness and unlocked the door. The woman was found with redness to her neck, a well of bleeding cuts to her hand, and investigators said that they had great difficulty speaking. She had great difficulty speaking and breathing as she thought her neck was broken. So before she was taken to an emergency room care, the victim said she'd been choked by Miles, her ex-husband, and told officers he was still inside the home.
Her ex-husband. So could this be the child's mother? Or was this somebody else? So now I need to find out who did he assault. Was it the child's mother? Because he has a son. Keep going.
Right. Well, this looks like a completely different assault. So it says a record check on Miles revealed 16 prior arrests for crimes such as aggravated.
Wait, whoa. 16 prior arrests?
Yeah. It says a record check on Miles revealed 16 prior arrests for crimes such as aggravated sexual assault, disorderly conduct, assault on a family member, failure to comply with sex offender registration.
Wait, so you telling me Bobbie Miles from Friday Night Lights had a problem with his hands?
Yeah, with his
Not
hands.
only was he a rapist, but he had a problem with his hands. So really, this boy should have never even went to college. So it's a good thing that ain't nobody try to really recruit him. You got to remember this guy was one of the highly recruited running backs coming out of Permian.
Right. Because it says he's one of the failure to comply with sex offender registration, as well as drug possession and violation of protective order. While combing through Miles' history, which included 8 convictions, officers learned that the victim was the subject of a protective order aimed at keeping Miles away. Investigators approached the home and said Miles refused to answer the door or exit his residence. Additional units arrived on the scene, and Miles was eventually taken into custody with the help of canine officers. Once Miles was in custody, officers searched the home and said they found more than 7 ounces of marijuana.
This nigga had a damn near half a pound?
As well as gun cleaning kit and bullets.
So he had a half a pound of weed in their house.
This is in 2023 when they walked in the house.
So he already on parole.
Yeah.
Already on parole. Got to register as a sex offender. And you telling me that you walking around with a motherfucking half a pound of marijuana in the crib.
It gets good. Listen, it said, according to an affidavit, Miles said he used marijuana. So he had the gun cleaning kit and the bullets. It says, according to the affidavit, Miles said he used the marijuana legally for knee pain. However, investigators said that the drug was packaged in 18 individual bags for distribution.
Oh, so Bobbie Miles was selling weed. Wait. Mm-hmm. So Bobbie Miles, one of the best running backs to ever come out of the state of Texas, not only went to jail for rape, not only went to jail for aggravated assault, not only went to jail for failure to register as a sex offender. You telling me that he was out here selling weed? He had 18 individual packages?
The distribution.
So 18 individual packages. Okay, so he had a half a pound, right? So that's 8 ounces.
Yeah, it said more than 7 ounces.
So they said he had how many individual packages?
It just said more than 7 ounces of marijuana.
I know.
18 individual bags.
Okay, so if he had 18 individual bags, let me break it down to you, because we know weed terminology. So if he had a half a pound, that's 8 ounces. A little bit over 7. That's about 8 ounces. He had about 8 ounces. Individually, he broke them up in halves. Mm-hmm. So 8 ounces, each ounce is 2 halves. 1 half is 14 grams. It takes 28 grams to make an ounce. So he had 8 ounces broke up into halves, where he was selling basically 14 grams 18 times. Mm-hmm. 16 times. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Because 8 ounces divide the 8. So you're going to get 1 ounce, you're going to get 2. You're going to get 2 bags. So 1 half. So the 8 turned into 16. So he basically, instead of selling O's, he was selling halves.
Okay.
So this nigga was out. So he was a major player in the weed business. Not like he was selling dimes.
This is just what they got him with, right? Mm-hmm. For this time, because they go into the house. Had this not happened, we probably would have never known. Because remember, they're there for this instant, this 911 call. They're discovering this while they're at the house trying to arrest him because he didn't want to open the door.
So they wouldn't even knew that your boy was selling weed.
No, had they not been there for this 911 call. So they go back to the hospital.
So, but hold on. So you know what I want to say though? If he's selling weed as a grown-ass man,
2023.
In 2023, 2022, I could imagine what the hell he was doing it prior.
Well, I mean, it says that he had 16 prior.
It said, hey, Jamar said he had 7. The article said he had a little bit over 7 ounces.
Yeah.
The article says he had a little bit over 7 ounces. So a little bit over 7 ounces. Either way, he had damn near close to a half a pound.
Right.
8 ounces is a half a pound. 16 ounces is a pound. The nigga had damn near close to a half a pound. He was breaking them up into halves. And he was selling half ounces. Bobbie Miles from Friday Night Lights was a motherfucking big time player in the drug business.
Well, they say he'd been arrested for drug possession.
Big time player in the drug business, y'all.
So now it goes back to the story of what initially happened in the house while they were there first place. So they get back to the hospital. The officer spoke with the victim, who was the ex-wife. And she said she was trying to work things out with Miles. And when he asked her to leave his home, she said Miles threw her on the bed and began choking her nearly to the point of passing.
She asked him to leave her home?
No. So it says they were working things out at this point because they're exes, right? So I guess she's at the house. So when she speaks to the officers, it says the victim who said she was trying to work things out with Miles when he asked her to leave his home. So this is in the mid. She's getting ready to tell about the conversation. He asked her to leave. She said Miles threw her on the bed and began choking her nearly to the point of passing out. The woman said she began losing her vision. And then Miles told the victim that she was faking it, and he hit her on the side of her face as she pushed her out the home. And and then she said she was praying for help, but he's saying that's not what happened. I was pushing her out the door, trying to get her to leave. The victim says once she got outside the home, he began wobbly. She felt wobbly. And she remembers starting her vehicle before getting dizzy, and that's when she finally passed out. He was arrested and charged with assault by impeding breath and failure to comply with protective orders.
Wait, say that again, so I can know these charges.
Okay.
He was failure to what?
Miles was arrested and charged with assault by impeding breath and failure to